So the first thing I'm going to say is it's not how much money you make. It's what you do with your money. You're planning. Let me introduce myself again. I'm a United States Army veteran, college graduate with an associate's degree in pipe fitting technology, certified and degreed pipe fitter, former correctional sergeant, and I hold 2 black belts in 2 styles simultaneously and a blue belt in karate all at the same time. All of that achieved by the age of 39. I'm currently 44 years old, married, been married about a year and a half now. Um, Chilling for the rest of my life. I no longer work due to the post-traumatic stress disorder that I incurred in the middle of Iraq. So I get paid to the maximums on everything across the board. I don't have to do shit else. Nothing. I don't have to do anything for anybody to generate my money. My money is guaranteed to me for life. 5,200 a month, tax-free for life. Maximum VA, maximum Social Security disability. So, before I did all this and had this money, um, while I was working on myself, I was at 35,000 a year as a correctional sergeant. That's $16 an hour, and I still survived at 16 an hour. So it's possible. Like I said, it's not how much money you have, it's what you do with the money. You see, the reason why this was possible for me, my rent was $700 a month, my car payment was $400 a month, my car insurance was $220 a month, and I had like $200 a month going into a savings account every month. $200 a month doesn't sound like much, but when you stack that $200 a month, 200 multiplied by 12, that's what you're going to end up with, 2,400 at the end of 12 months. Now you have something to work with in savings, despite you don't have a whole lot of money, but you just saved $200 for 12 months. Now you got over 2 grand in the bank account. You can imagine if you just keep saving that, right? Now you can do things. Now you can do things. You can upgrade your job. Now you have money to pay for gas if you decide to get a better job. And now you can pay for the gas. You can pay some rent while you're waiting for your paychecks to come in. It's ill-advised to quit a job before you have something in your savings, because you know you're going to have to pay for stuff before you get paid, because the bills still have to get paid on time. So you need to have something in your savings to get you through that 3 weeks before the full paychecks start coming in. So you need to have either that in savings, or you need to have a credit card that can cover these expenses while you're waiting for these paychecks to come in. And when your paychecks hit, you need to immediately pay off that credit card. Like, no joke, pay it off. But let's get into this video.
I've got an interesting one here from AJ Plus. It says, I make $20 an hour and I'm still homeless. There we go.
These people are struggling to find a home while being surrounded by billionaires.
Pago 1,700 para este. Es Jackson y...
Your first mistake is looking at billionaires. I am not rich. I will never be rich. I am permanently capped at $62,400 a year. Permanently, I will never have any more than $62,400. You think I'm looking at these $1 million houses that are right down the street from me? I am not. Yes, I live in the suburbs. If I walked out of here and walked down the street and turn right and go into that subdivision that's right there, I'm in an apartment. I can't afford a house in this neighborhood. If I was to buy a house, I need to leave this neighborhood and go to my wife's neighborhood to afford a house over there. So this neighborhood is expensive as hell. If I was to go down the street, turn right, and walk into that subdivision that's right over there, every freaking house is no less than $500,000 to over $1 million. Nothing less. That means the mortgage is way over $2,000 a month.
Yes, la renta muy cara.
Or she's paying $1,700 a month for this shit. Imagine what PPD was saying on that previous podcast where they were trying to estimate what people need to be.
You know what, people, you need to be grateful for what you have. You know what, you can work with that. You can work with that. You can work with that. It's not much, but you can work with it. You got a bed. You got a place to put your shoes. You might be able to fit a small TV or a setup like what I have for my computer and my gaming monitor. You can definitely put that in there. So you don't have to have the big TV. You don't have the space for that. But you can get a computer monitor, put your game system on there, and even if you don't play video games, you can still play Disney Plus. You can still play Netflix. You can use it to stream. You don't have to play video games on it. You can use it to stream services and put your favorite program on there, and you can sit there and watch TV and get on the internet and do everything you need to do from this room. And while we're talking about the internet, you need to be on the internet and utilizing the internet properly and figuring out how to improve your life utilizing the internet, whether it's getting a better job, looking up higher paying jobs, how to improve one's skill, going to school, how to generate passive income. You can pull everything up. If you desire to be rich, you can research how rich people became rich and acquire said skills to achieve your goals. All of that information is at the tip of your fingers. We're in this age that we don't even have to go to a damn library anymore. Everything is on the freaking internet. You just have to utilize the internet correctly to gain the information that you need to point you in the right direction and be like, okay, I need to go to school to get this degree. I need to learn how to do this. I need to know how to do finance. I need how to do stock market. I need to learn how to do this. Especially if you want to be wealthy, you need to learn all this shit like crazy amounts of shit if you want to generate that kind of money and sustain it. So you have to have a lot of education, and the tools are right here to point you in the right direction so you can start to resolve your issues. And you're probably going to have to get a lot more education if you're talking about earning a lot of money. You're going to need to up your education, like your education level is going to be up there. So, anyways, let's get into this.
Paying out of college and what they could afford, they were quoting figures like $1,400. Ridiculous.
Jackson Hole is known as a playground for the rich. It's been home to former Vice President Dick Cheney and movie stars like Harrison Ford and Sandra Bullock. And today, Teton County, where Jackson Hole is located, is the richest county in the U.S. And it's also the county with the highest income inequality.
I've been at the homeless shelter for a while. It's intimidating. It's not what the rich person wants to hear.
There's a housing crunch in Jackson Hole.
There are apparently 2,000 folks on the housing waiting list.
The pay for the area, it's in the upper 20.
It's your first mistake, waiting for the government to give you anything. If you have not earned it, they're not going to give it to you. Period. Disabled veterans, different story. Once we prove our situation, once we win, they have to pay us. No joke. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. However, for the rest of you folks that have not served in the military, you're going to earn every freaking thing that you will have, everything in your life, everything. And if you are not entitled to it, the government is not giving it to you. So I'm telling you, waiting for the government to make you a rich person or waiting for the government to hand you a house is never going to happen. That delusion, you all need to forget it. You need to get that whole delusion out of your mind. What you need to be focused on is not rich people. What you need to be focused on is yourself, your situation. How are you going to resolve the problem? That's what you need to be focused on. How to resolve this problem. Whether it's you're homeless, not enough money, you need more money, you need to, how am I going to go to school and work at the same time? All of these things all those questions need to be answered, and you need to come up with solutions instead of this nonsense with, I wish I was rich. Oh, look at the rich guy down the street. None of that's going to help you. None of it. You're going to sit there and look at the rich guy down the road and make yourself more depressed that you don't have what this rich guy down the street got. Not knowing his or her story. That's the crazy part. You don't know what this person went through to get the thing that they got. You have no idea. And God made you uniquely you. Just because another person's got what you want does not mean that you are capable of generating that kind of money. I was never meant to be rich at all. I have limits, especially since the PTSD thing happened. Like literally my earning potential just went down the toilet. That's why they have to compensate me for the rest of my life, because you don't understand what I go through at night with PTSD. I sleepwalk. My wife sleeps in that bedroom over there. I sleep out here on the couch on purpose every night of the week because I don't want to disturb her. I give her unlimited time to sleep. I don't work anymore. She doesn't work because I take care of her off of my checks. Now, that being said, I give her unlimited time to sleep. So she doesn't have a job to go to in the morning. So she gets to sleep till noon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, whatever time she feels like waking up, that's the time she's going to wake up. And I give her that time. If I sleep in that room, my tossing and turning, the screaming, and the nightmares that will keep her up all night. So she knows my situation. So she does not care that I sleep on this couch every night of the week because she knows that is going to mess with her sleep. So she lets me do whatever I have to do so she can't sleep. So my wife works with me on that. A lot of other women would have an issue with their man sleeping on the couch 7 days a week. A lot of women would have an issue with that because they just don't care. They're just selfish like that. But you see, I have a really good wife. Quit looking at what other people got. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to conclude this video and wrap it. I just wanted to take certain points out of this video. I'm not going to sit here and play all 24 minutes of this. I just wanted to take a snippet of this video and talk about it. I'm out of here.